image prior. Deep image prior, it is a type of convolutional neural network which is used to enhance a given image with no proper training data other than the image itself. So basically, deep image prior, it is a type of CNN which is used to enhance a given image. We will be providing a particular image and it has to be enhanced. So deep convolutional neural network, they have become a popular tool for image generation and restoration. Image generation is generating a particular image. For that we do use CNN, and image restoration, it refers to the task of recovery of an unknown true image from a degraded image. Normally, when an image passes from one system to another, the degradation of image occur. Maybe during when the image was formed, during image formation, during the transmission, that means when the image is being transmitted from one place to another, degradation of image may occur, and while storing the image, we can degrade the image. So for that purpose, if there is degradation in the image, we need to restore the image. That means we are trying to recover the unknown true image. We do not know that what exactly the true image looks like because we have got the degraded image. But this process, this task of recovery of the unknown true image from the degraded image, this particular task we call as image restoration. Due to advancement in the digital technologies and communication technologies, the restoration of clean image from the degraded image, it is very important. It has become very important, and it has so evolved into a field of research which intersects with the image processing, computer vision and computational imaging. So basically what we are trying to do, we have a convolutional neural network which is doing the function of enhancing our image. No proper training is provided to it other than the image itself. The image that will be provided to our CNN, it will be a degraded image. Now we want to restore this degraded image. This degradation, how is it come? How the degradation of image has occurred? It might have occurred during the image formation, during the image transmission, or maybe during the storage of the image. So image restoration, it is the task of recovery of this unknown true image from the degraded image. When we talk about image restoration, there are mainly three tasks that we require to do in the image restoration. First is the image denoising. Image denoising, it refers to the restoration of an image which is contaminated by the additive noise. This is the simplest task of image restoration, and therefore it has been extensively studied by several technical communities. So the first task when we want to restore the image, the first task that we need to perform is the image denoising. Image denoising, it refers to the restoration of the image which is contaminated by some additive noises, and this is the simplest step, and therefore it has been extensively studied by various technical communities. The second task that we need to perform during the image restoration, that is the super resolution. Super resolution, it refers to the task of producing a high resolution image from a set of low resolution images. What is super resolution? The process of producing a high resolution image from a set of low resolution images. We will be provided, we means our convolutional neural network. It will be provided with some low resolution images, and what is its task? Its task is to convert these low resolution images into the high resolution images. This process is called super resolution. Third task that should be performed during the image restoration is image inpainting. Image inpainting, it is the process of reconstructing the deteriorated parts of the images. There are some parts which have got deteriorated. Now to reconstruct that is a task of image inpainting. The inpainting, it is actually an ancient art that required the humans to paint the deteriorated and the lost portions of the painting. Suppose there is a painting, some portion of that has got lost, or it might be deteriorated because of some atmospheric condition or because of some reasons. Now it is a task, in ancient times the humans, they used to perform the task of painting this deteriorated image. But today's what? Research have come up with numerous ways to automate these tasks using the deep convolutional network. Nowadays, if there is a deteriorated image, it can be so easily provided to the convolutional neural network, and it will, by automation, it will complete this task to recover this deteriorated image as the original image. So what are the three basic tasks that we perform during image restoration? First, image denoising. Second, super resolution. Third, image inpainting. Image denoising, it refers to the restoration of the image which is contaminated by some additive noises. Super resolution, the process of producing a high resolution image from the low resolution image. Then the third one, that is image inpainting. It is the process of reconstructing the lost or the deteriorated parts of the image. That this task, image inpainting, it was earlier used to be done by the humans, but now this is a time of automation. We want our machines to do everything for us. We want our automated system. So for that purpose, we have the convolutional neural network which will perform this task of image inpainting. To perform the task of image restoration, learned prior and explicit prior, these are the two popular and majorly used by the researchers. So when we want to perform, we have understood that what is deep image prior. That means we are trying to restore our images using our convolutional neural network. Now to perform the task of image restoration, there are two methods which can be applied. One is the learned prior and second is the explicit prior. Learned prior is what? Learned prior is a straightforward approach to train the deep convolutional network to learn about the word through the data sets, which takes in the noisy image as input and clean image as the desired output. What do we want? We want a system, a neural network to take the noisy image as the input and provide us with the clean image as the output. So in learned prior, it is a straightforward approach to train our deep convolutional network to learn about the word through the data sets. Various data sets will be provided to our deep convolutional network, and the task here is to provide us with the desired output, which is our clean image. This is the learned prior method. That means providing the data set to the convolutional neural network and providing the image to it, which is deteriorated. And then what do we want? We want our output as a clean image. This is the first method. Second method, on the other hand, is the explicit prior or the handcrafted prior, in which we embed hard constraints and reach what type of images are natural from the synthesized data. We have some synthesized data and we are trying to retrieve the natural image from it. It is very difficult to express the constraints like natural doing this systematically. It is very difficult. So explicit prior method or the handcrafted prior method, in this will provide with the some synthesized data, and what do we want? We want it to provide us with the clean image. So this is the second method. So there are basically two methods for the purpose of image restoration. The first is the learned prior method and the second is the explicit prior method. These are two methods for doing this deep image prior. That means restoring our images in the original form. That means the input will be the deteriorated image and the output will be the clean image as it had to be when it was original. In this unit, now we will talk about some recent works that have been done in the field of deep learning. Deep learning today has gained a lot of research work. People are working in this field of deep learning because they want to automate these different tasks. They want our machines to perform different tasks. So one recent work which has gained a lot of popularity in the past few years is the PyTorch tabular. It is a framework for deep learning with the tabular data. Whenever we are training our machine, a particular framework has to be provided to it in which we can do different type of task, we can perform different type of algorithms related to what task we require our machines to do. So for that framework has to be provided. So the normal framework that we use for this purpose of deep learning, it can be TensorFlow, it can be PyTorch, it can be Keras. So these are few frameworks that we are using when we are performing this function of deep learning. These are the frameworks for the deep learning. Talking about this PyTorch tabular, it is a framework for deep learning with tabular data. As the name itself is saying, PyTorch tabular means it is working on the tabular data. In spite of showing unreasonable effectiveness in the modalities like the text and the image, deep learning has always lagged gradient boosting in the tabular data, both in the popularity and the performance. But recently, there have been newer models which are created specifically for the tabular data and which is pushing the performance bars. That means we are providing our deep learning with a framework which can be provide the data in the tabular form. So the framework that we use for that is a PyTorch tabular. It is a new deep learning library which makes working with deep learning and tabular data easy and fast. PyTorch tabular, it is built on top of PyTorch framework and PyTorch Lightning, and it works on the pandas data frames. So these are few terms like the data frames, the framework. These are few terms when we are practically applying these deep learning concepts onto our systems when we are working on these systems. So PyTorch tabular, it is designed to be easily extensible for the researchers. It is simple for the practitioners and robust in the industrial deployment. So basically PyTorch tabular we are using to provide the tabular data to the providing a framework for the tabular data. So this PyTorch tabular, it has gained a lot of popularity in the past few years. So this PyTorch tabular, basically it is a deep learning library which makes working with the deep learning and the tabular data easy and fast. This basically is built on top of the PyTorch and PyTorch Lightning and works on the Pandas framework. If we talk about the next recent work that has been done in the field of deep learning, we have talked about it earlier also, that is GENS, Generative Adversarial Networks. Generative Adversarial Network, these are the neural network. In this, we combine two neural network together. One is the generator, another is the discriminator. Generator is there. The task of generator is to provide with certain data. Now discriminator, some real data will be provided to it, to the discriminator, and some fake data which will be generated by the generator. It will be provided to the discriminator. Now the task of the discriminator neural network is to distinguish between the original data which has been fed and the fake data which is being generated by the generator neural network. So these gens, they are gaining a lot of popularity in the field of deep learning. Ever since its debut, generative adversarial networks, they have attracted tremendous amount of attention. Over the past few years, different variations of the GENS model, they have been developed and tailored to the different applications in practice. Meanwhile, some issues regarding the performance and the training of the generative adversarial network, they have been noticed and they're investigated from various theoretical perspectives. So basically, generative adversarial networks, the GENS, they are basically use two neural networks, generator and discriminator. They have attracted a tremendous amount of attention in the past few years. Different variations of GENS, they have been developed and tailored to different applications in the practice. So the recent work which has been done in the field of deep learning is about the generative adversarial network. Now, another work that has become quite popular in the past few years is a short survey of the pre-trained language model for the conversational artificial intelligence agent. It is a new age in the natural language processing. The rapid growth in this area, it is usually by the long-standing problem of the data scarcity. As these systems, they are suspected to learn the syntax, the grammar, the decision making and the reasoning from insufficient amount of task-specific data set. So this has recently been pre-trained languages models that have the potential to address these issues of the data scarcity, and they bring considerable advantages by generating the contextualized word embeddings. So this natural language processing, this has definitely become popular in the past few years. In this natural language processing, what do we want? We want to converse in a natural language and we want our machines, our AI agent to respond to it. So this has become a popular field. So much of the work has been done in this field of natural language processing for the purpose of developing conversational artificial intelligent agent.